Howdy everyone, Frankie here, New West Reset. Hello, how's it going? Thank you very much for shooting in and joining a fella here for another Boots on the Ground video. Today I am at the Cooper block on the intersection of 10th Avenue and 7th Street Southwest. This is a 6-story building that I believe, if I remember correctly, the date on this was built in 1912, something like that. Apparently it's concrete and brick. There's a few interesting embellishments on this thing that we'll have a closer look at, but I think it's been dumbed down quite a bit. But we're going to check that out and see if that's the case. So stick around. I'll be right back.
About a heaven in Alberta, where they've got all hell for a basement.
Alright, and we're back. So this is the west-facing side of the building. There's a bunch of different businesses here now, but you can see right on the main floor there's a bank, and then there's that, whatever that is, Cooper block. It's got two different addresses on it, 801 and 805. 10th Avenue Southwest. So yeah, that's what happens with these old buildings, right? They reclaim them and they bugger them up and divide them all up on the inside and screw around with them and give it 2 or 3 different street addresses for some reason. But you can see the concrete sections in there and then the brick filled in there. Looks like there's been a few repairs, but the odd thing is that you've got to go up a whole bunch of stairs to get into the bank there and that other business, whatever that is, at 805. And then all the way up this one side here has just got a bunch of, I'm assuming, air vents. Probably part of the heat exchange system or something. I don't know. And then up top there, that's, I'm guessing, for the elevator. So I don't know if the elevator was put in during the original construction of when they say this was built, or if it was done afterwards. Looks to be the same brick up there. Possibly, maybe. Hard to say, but it looks to be the same brick anyway. Maybe a repair job or two on it. Not entirely sure. Yeah, this is just so weird that you've got to go up a whole bunch of steps to get in there. But as we'll see here on the north-facing side, which is right on the 10th Avenue itself, there's something that looks like it used to be an old door that they blocked in and just put windows in. This I'm figuring is a fake foundation or a phony foundation where they've just smeared a bunch of schmutz over the brick and painted it. Because if we go over here, I mean, the brick goes down here. This might just be a facade brick, I'm not sure. This is that big opening right here. It does have a little step or two, and it goes way up. So I'm thinking this was a big, huge door with a transom window over it at one point, and they've just blocked it over and put their National Bank logo on it. You can see how the schmutz is crumbling away down here. And of course you got this shenanigans here. These lower windows all filled in with these redneck skylights, these glass blocks. You can see the brick just goes down underneath this concrete abutment here. This little effect here with this recessed brick. It's kind of neat. These low windows, obviously they're an afterthought. At least the glass block, the redneck skylights are an afterthought. I'm thinking maybe they were original windows. And this might be an old mudflooder that they fixed up. And then they just, I mean, there's obviously a lower level in there. So I'm guessing that once you, at one time when you went in this main door, you would go up a set of stairs to go onto the main floor here. or you would go down to go into what they would call the basement. It's very strange. I don't know why they put entrances now, I guess off that parking lot. So you pull in here and the parking lot to the side of the building, and you could just go into the building from that side. Seems like a lot of work to me. Let's take a walk around here. This is now the east-facing side of the building. Oh yeah, see more east-facing side of the building with more fake foundation. This one they've covered it in schmutz and painted it black instead of gray. All right. And then more of these goofy windows. Pretty sure that's not sandstone. That's pretty high up. That's like over 6 feet up. I could barely reach that. No, it's actually a metal. It's like some crappy metal sheeting that's been formed and then covered in schmutz. That's attractive. Let's see what else we got here. Here they've opted for a vent down below instead of more glass block. I don't even know what this building used to be, but it looks like this was an old loading dock. You can see a massive header up there, so it was one big opening. And then they boarded it in and put a window in, and then they boarded that window in too, I'm guessing. I don't know. It's kind of unusual. But this whole side, that other side we saw just had a row of vents going up one side. This is the side that has all the windows and some of the old remnants from the knob and tube electrical wiring there, the insulators. It's interesting as well. Let's go down the back alley here, south-facing side of this. Let's see what we can see. More of that fake foundation. No lower windows down here. I'm guessing they just covered them all up. And you can see the transition here where they did a facade brick and the other brick behind it or beside it worked in. Looks like they really monkeyed around with this thing with the windows too. Some weird scorch marks right there or something going all the way up this side. See that? All the way up. Some kind of discolor. I shouldn't assume they're scorch marks. Discoloration of some kind? We'll go with that. Yeah, see, you can see the brick here poking out from underneath the schmutz. So the brick is underneath that black fake foundation. So how far does that go down? One wonders. This is that other side business, whatever that is. And then this big, huge, I mean, they could really do a nice job of blocking stuff by putting this big, giant concrete abutment here with the new entrances. Yeah, this side here, no windows at all. Kind of unusual. I'm just gonna cross the street and take a wide shot of this other side we were just looking at. A little tough, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So you can see it's an impressive building by the size of the thing. Again, I'm not sure what its original purpose was, what they'll tell us is designated as. This is sort of the remnants of what was formerly the warehouse district here on 10th Avenue, in the west end of the downtown core. So, I mean, I imagine it could have been some kind of warehouse or manufacturing or something. Back across on the other side of 10th Avenue now. Again, back at the north-facing side of the building. Just want to get you up top here so you can see some of that, some of the embellishments there. Again, not super fancy, but I do have the feeling that this thing at some point has been dumbed down, and they may have removed a lot on this thing. Again, I'm speculating, but more often than not, that seems to be the case with these older buildings. But some nice stacked brickwork there, just along that ridge line. Whole schwack of, I don't know, flagpoles sticking out of this thing. They got tons of them, all the way down. There's the old fire alarm bell right there in the center frame, right in there. So if this brick and concrete building was to suddenly catch on fire somehow, that bell would ring. At least that's what I'm guessing. Another nice detail here just along the top of the first floor, which has, 15-foot ceilings, but then the rest of the floors have 9-foot ceilings. So again, has that been monkeyed with? Possibly. Not the fanciest, but she's a big beauty for what they say the time frame was that it was built. Just noticing above these windows, it looks like they kept what used to be transom windows there. Just swapped them out for more modern glass. Just like above the old door there as well. Very interesting indeed. Alright, so I think that is going to do it. That is going to seal the deal here for Frankie, New West Reset. In the old Cooper block, 10th Avenue and 7th Street Southwest, Calgary, Alberta, up in Canada land. So as always, let me know what you think down below of this old beauty. Of course, while you're there, do all the other things to help a fella out. And until the next one, take care out there and have yourselves a good one. All right, cheers.